Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel, eddieinreadingland. My name is Eddie and today I'm bringing you my favorite depictions of the Hanged One. Okay guys, let's get started so that I don't talk too much, but who am I kidding? Of course I am. Let me bring this down and well, while I'm doing this, I can actually let you know that we're gonna do the same thing that we have been doing for previous videos. I'm gonna show you 2 honorable mentions and my top 3 favorite depictions of the Hangman from the tarots that I currently own. But it's a good thing that you didn't do that because I kind of got a little dizzy there with the camera show. But here we have our first honorable mention, and is the Hanged One from Terror of the Abyss by the talented and also very amazing Anatolian. The reason why I'm showing you guys this Hanged One is because this really put into perspective the Hanged One for me. And no, I'm not using a pun. It really did. When I first saw this Hanged One, back when I got the deck, it was a very unusual feeling being the Hanged One. And it really messed with my head in a good way, because to me, the Hanged One is all about changing your perspective and, maybe looking at something in a different, through a different angle, from a different angle, through different color lenses. I like that message from the Hanged One. It is my favorite meaning that I provide to it when I'm reading for others and when I'm reading for myself as well. It just aligns very well for me. But this card just put that into something. It put me in the shoes of this world. It's how can I better explain it? It suspended me from my feet and it made me look the world upside down. Which is, it sounds silly, but it is very new and fresh, and I really enjoy that. Now, I know that since you guys are seeing the ravens here, this is Hunning and Munning, which represent memory and thought. The person who is upside down is Odin. And I don't really relate to Odin a lot, but I know that it's a very popular character for the Hanged One because of his whole myth, and I totally understand. Yes, that is exactly the feeling of the Hanged One. But what strikes me better about this Hanged One is the perspective of being upside down. There is something that happens in your brain when you put yourself in that situation, or if you switch your body into something that you don't usually do, it does change something in your brain that allows you to focus in something different. And that change of perspective is what this this Hanged One. I prefer the name Hanged One because I don't mind seeing women in the Hanged One. And I know that some people that they do mind, and I don't understand why. But regardless, I like the Hanged One better because it's more inclusive, and we can include men, women, non-binary people, any gender that's the two-spirit, any gender that is out there right now. Like, I am so happy for people who are able to explore their genders and have a different perspective than what I do. So it's just, I'm just not very happy about what's going on right now with how some people are viewing gender. But that's not something that we'll discuss here, even though I really, really want to, especially with the Hanged One. See, but no, we're talking about the why this is an honorable mention. This is an honorable mention because it did put the hang one in a different perspective than I usually put the hangman in, the hang one in. I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes in this video today, guys. But the next one is the hang one from the Black Tarot by Victoria Iva. Now, she did name this one the hangman. But the reason why I love this hang one is because even though we're seeing this very minuscule being suspended in this tor, is this a tor? Is this a cliff? Is this maybe a stone protrusion that looks like a blade? I am not very sure, but what I am sure and what I am certain of is this feeling of void and abyss that I feel in the background of this image, and I think that's more in alignment of the hand one than this suspended being over here. To be very honest with you guys, this depiction of the hangman actually scares me, because one of the things that really get me very scared is that feeling of being suspended into the abyss, or actually falling endlessly into an abyss of pure darkness or even pure light. It doesn't matter. It's just that feeling of never-ending fall that it's incredibly scary for me. And this is exactly what this card is giving me. Again, it's putting the hang one in a different perspective for me, because I am not scared of the hang one like most people, or like some people are scared of the hang one and what the hang one represents. This sort of sacrifice and this sort of inevitable change of your views when the facts are being presented to you. It for some people it does feel like this endless falling, but for me, when I'm being presented with the facts, and when my perspective and my vision, my thoughts change from something that I thought was right into something that it's more current or more in alignment with my energy at this moment, it's scary to think that most people will not align with that truth or those facts. And that feeling is what this hang one also represents for me. I fear for others falling endlessly in this abyss and not finding any ground, not finding any grounding for themselves. That's my fear, because the thing is that when people are scared, they do very, very scary things, very violent things, and that is scary to me. I know that I think I brought the feeling down, but the reason why I'm showing you guys this as an honorable mention is because this is a very shadow aspect of the hang one, and that scary feeling to me is what the shadow version of the hang one represents, and it's very well represented in this card by Victoria Iva. Really appreciate the fact that she made me scared of the hang one, because it just provided another layer to the hang one that I was missing, and so I'm very grateful for that. Not to mention that I actually love how abstract and how expressionistic this whole deck is, but especially with some cards like this one, the hang one, is just so well done. Really, really appreciate this depiction of the hang one. It's a scary one. It's a very shadow aspect one, but I really like it. Really, really like it. And now, moving on to my favorite depictions of the hang one. And this one is the Hang One, also named the Hangman by Woe Studios. This is from the Monsoon Tarot by Woe Studios. And the reason why I love this Hang One is because this robot, not person, I'm sorry, this robot is suspended in this inaction and this inertia, but it's still alive and is still able to use the little energy that it has to project images and feel something, whatever it is that this robot is feeling. And whatever that feeling is brings life to this very inert being that, we think that robots are this ones and zeros and ones and computer I don't even know. I don't like technology, guys. I mean, I no, that's not true. I love technology because it makes my life way easier, but I don't understand anything about technology. And whenever somebody talks about something to do with technology, I'm like, very knowledgeable, very fascinating, but it is not computing. But this Hangman computes for me, and it represents the sacrifices that you or I make for my own happiness and for the people that I care about to experience joy and happiness as well. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of energy expenditure when you have relationships with other people, and especially with a relationship that you have to yourself. And this is exactly what this the Hang One being depicted here is transmitting to me. That expenditure of energy, that is an investment, or that we hope to be an investment, but it sometimes also ends up being a waste. Very happy about the fact that we are seeing an investment being portrayed here, because the fact that this robot is transmitting so much joy and plenitude and such admiration for this image over here, it just makes the whole feeling of the Hang One be alive and be very energetic and be very expansive as well. So I very much enjoy looking at this Hang One and just thinking about, what am I investing in, or how am I able to invest my energy in changing the way that I'm seeing things, or am I seeing things wrong? How can I change that? How can I learn? Where are the facts? Where is the information that I need? How can I obtain that? This is what this Hang One is representing. Also, by the way, love the colors. These greens and this moss and the rust in this being whose inevitable death is coming, and it knows that it's investing that energy, and that it's gonna come to an end very soon. But here it is, still looking at this image and just being. I like that. It's very calming. It humbles me, which is something that rarely happens. But this card is able to do. It does humble me. It does make me change my perspective. Especially when it comes to me investing energy in something that is important to me, or quite the opposite. Maybe I'm investing energy in something that it's not important to me. Maybe I should stop. This is what this Hang One is portraying, and this is why I love this card. This is why, and the only reason it's the third one is because I actually like a hangman that's suspended. And talking about that, here we have the Hanged One, also named the Hangman, from the Tot Tarot by Aleister Crowley, and the very talented and very colorful Lady Frida Harris. And this Hanged One is just so full of symbolism. And there's so many things that I love about this Hanged One. And one of those things is the fact that it is crucified. Because that is the ultimate change of perspective. And we're dealing with pain. We're dealing with regret. We're dealing with remorse. We're dealing with sacrifice. Love that. Love that. Yes, I also love the colors in this because as you guys can see, there's a bunch of teals over here and over here as well. So I love that. This Hanged One is also very nostalgic to me because this is from the first deck that I ever used, the Tot Tarot. I'm a Tot person. I'm a Tot boy. I do like using the Tot Tarot. It's just that I haven't in a very long time, but I will use it this year. Love the fact that we have this very open and this very dynamic pose on the hangman here. Love the Ankh. The Ankh for the Egyptians used to represent life and also death, but mostly life. And I love the fact that we have this shooting of such invigorating energy coming out of this Ankh. It's just amazing. Love the fact that we have a square here. One of the things that I feel happens when we close ourselves to our own thoughts is exactly that. Is this square that should be actually a circle, which should be something that is expansive, not something that's caging. We need to let our mind flow. We need to let our mind absorb more energy and more information. Absorb more information, guys. And that's what this Hanged One is representing for me. Love the fact that we have snakes. You guys know that I love snakes. The symbolism for snakes for me is not only temptation, but it's also knowledge, and it's also gathering of information. It's also making choices, making decisions. And snakes also represents that inescapable bite that sometimes we experience when we experience something unexpected, and that is okay, and that it also works a lot, very well for the Hanged One over here. Love the geometry, or how geometrical this Hanged One is. It provides a sort of structure to the water. This is all meant to represent water, guys. In my opinion, this play on geometry over here in the background is like a waterfall. I honestly don't remember if Crowley actually mentions that on his essay for the Hangman that he wrote. But that's how I choose to interpret it. This cascade of immersion that this Hanged One is going to experience, this imminent immersion. It is so well done. Very much love this. Very much love this Hangman. This Hanged One. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. It's very difficult to change your speech, guys, and especially if you're used to something. But I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I do like the Hanged One better. The other thing that I want to say about this Hanged One is that it has that feeling of expansion that I love to see in the major arcana. For some reason, doing these videos, I have discovered that I love the feeling of expansion on the major arcana. it is somehow very important to me. And when I see it in a major, I seem to interpret it better. That is something that I will explore on myself later on. But the last one that I wanted to show you guys, and my favorite depiction of the Hanged One from the tarot that I have, is the Hanged One, also named the Hangman, from the Tasiel Tarot by Tasiel. The fact that we have this suspended being being almost devoured by this gargantuan snake is, and the blues, the grays, the imminent sense of danger that you are unable to move away from, the drama of it all is just exquisite to me. This is way more dramatic than it needs to be for a Hanged One, but I am here for it. I am living for this Hanged One. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. The figure does appear to be more masculine, but in my view, this is a very asexual, very non-binary sort of being. It could be anyone. That also strikes a chord for me because apparently I like to feel the suspension on the Hanged One, and I also like to feel the abyss on the Hanged One. I think it's because the Hanged One being the trump of water and also the trump of Neptune, and being this very deep subconscious representation of that energy, that I think that's the reason why I like that sort of abyss feeling for the Hanged One. But the fact that we have this maw of this snake here, again, you guys know that I love snakes, and when we give me a giant snake, it's better. Very, 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 very thankful for that. The black birds, which I'm hoping are crows or at least ravens, surrounding this being makes me also think of, for some reason, makes me think of Prometheus, and it serves to create this feeling of expansion as well, which I love. And not only the crows surrounding the this being, but also this waterfall in the background, and this sea. It also reminds me of the on the Odyssey, when Odysseus and his crew go through Charybdis, and is this pit of water. Well, actually, it's this pit of this monstrous creature sucking all the water, and this gigantic thing just being able to do that and devour them in just one bite. It's very much enjoy this Hanged One. I think the reason why this is my favorite is because of all the drama, the dramatic scene. Very thankful for Tasiel for painting this Hanged One. It's just amazing. Love this, love this. Love the colors, love the aesthetic, love these binds that the Hanged One is suspended. It's almost as if it fell through something and got caught in these things, and now it's suspended there without being able to move, and just waiting for that feeding from the snake. It's just, again, it puts the Hanged One in a more dangerous position, and it probably makes your perspective of life just shift in seconds, being presented with this imminent death. Now, I will have to say that this is also a very shadow aspect of the Hanged One. somehow the sacrifice seems futile, mostly because the snake is striking and it feels like this person is not willingly giving themselves to the snake, which is also something that I love because I haven't seen that in a hang one until this tarot deck. This willing sacrifice, or no, I'm sorry, this unwillingness to be the sacrifice. That's different, and I love that. I love that from this hang one. But yes, very thankful for this hang one. Love the Tassiel tarot. I can't wait to use it for my daily draws later on this year, and I'm hoping that I get this card so that I can journal about it. I'll just journal about it regardless if I get it or not, because that's the way that I am. But yeah, there you go, guys. These are my favorite representations of the hang one. Let me know in the comments below if you like any of them, or let me know actually in the comments below which one is your favorite representation of the hang one from the decks that you currently have, or maybe just your favorite representation of the hang one ever. I would love to know. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. Bye, YouTube.